Mhm. Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in another moon. Oh, methinks how slow this old moon wanes. She lingers my desires like to a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out a young man's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword and won thy love doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegeus. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius. My noble lord, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so, she will not here before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of the state. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Be advised, fair maid, to you your father should be as a god. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
Who is Lysander?
In himself he is. But in this kind, wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
I would my father looked, but with my eyes.
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die or to abjure forever the society of men.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents, not to give my sovereignty.
Take time to pause. By the next new moon, the sealing day betwixt my love and me for everlasting bond of fellowship, upon that day either prepare to die for disobedience to your father's will, or else to wed Demetrius, as he would, or on Diana's altar to protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true he hath my love, and what is mine my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauty as Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head, made love to Nadar's daughter Helena, and won her soul, and she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess that I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoke thereof, but being overfull with self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and come, Aegeus. You shall go with me. I have some private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself to fit your fancies to your father's will, or else our law yields you up, which by no means we may extenuate, to death or to a vow of single life. Come, my Hippolyta. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, go along. I must employ you in some business against our nuptial and confer with you of something nearly that concerns yourselves.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well beteem them from the tempest of my eyes.
Ah, me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. Therefore, hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager, of great revenue, and she hath no child. From the city is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, then steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the wood a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May, there I will wait for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, in that same place that thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, my love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed! Fair Helena! Up, their way!
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty. Would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He shall no more see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place. Before the time I did Lysander see, seemed the city as a paradise to me. Oh, then, what graces in my love do dwell! He hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night, when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl and the bladed grass, a time that lovers' flights doth still conceal throughout the city gates, we have devised to steal.
And in the woods where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there my Lysander and myself shall meet, And then from the city turn away our eyes to seek new friends and stranger companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us. Oh, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Oh, keep word, Lysander. We must starve our sights from lovers' food till tomorrow, deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some or other some can be. Through the city I am thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know what all but he do know. And as he errs, doting on Hermia's eyes, so I, admiring of his qualities. Things base and vile, holding no quantity, love can transpose to form and dignity. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. And therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste, wings and no eyes, figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child? Because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it is a dear expense. But herein mean I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again. Oh.
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, man by man, according to the script.
Here is the scroll of every man's name which is thought fit to play in our interlude before the Duke and Duchess on his wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince, say what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ooh. Nice.
A very good piece of work, I assure you, and a merry. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth the actors by the scrolls. Masters, spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Nick Bottom the Weaver.
Ready. Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Nick Bottom, are set down for Pyramus.
Ooh. What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
A lover that kills himself most gallant for love.
Oh. Well, that will ask some tears in the true performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. To the rest. Well, yet my chief humor is for a tyrant. I could play Hercules rarely, or a part to tear a cat in, to make all split. Oh, the raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates. Amphibious car shall shine from far, and make and mar the foolish fates. Oh, this was lofty. Now name the rest of the players.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
Flute. Oh, you must take Thisbe on you.
Oh, what is Thisbe? A wandering knight?
It is the lady that Pyramus must love.
Nay, Faith, let not me play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Oh, that's all one. You shall play it in a mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Disney. Disney. Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear and lady dear.
No. You must play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Oh, well, proceed.
Robin Starveling, the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
Robin Starveling, you must play, Thisbe's mother. Tom Snout, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snout, you, the lion's part. And I hope here is a play fitted.
You, the lion's part written. Pray you, if it be, give it to me, for I am slow of study.
You may do it extempore, for it is nothing but roaring.
Let me play the lion's part too. I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
And you should do it too terribly. You would fright the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek. And that were enough to hang us all. But masters, here are your parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood, a mile without the town by moonlight. There will we rehearse, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw a bill of property such as our play wants. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet, and we will rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect. Adieu.
At the Duke's Oak, we meet.
No, hold or cut bowstrings.
Well, the king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight. For Oberon is passing fell and wrath, because that she, as her attendant, hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, knight of his train, to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers, and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. but they do square. That all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Puck.
Here comes Oberon.
You met by moonlight, proud Titania.
What? Jealous Oberon. Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Terry, rash wanton. Am not I thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day playing on pipes of corn and versing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steep of India? But that, forsooth, the bouncing Amazon, your busked mistress and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus? Do you amend it, then? It lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest. The fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood, when we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she, with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die. And for her sake do I rear up that boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. If you will patiently dance in our round and see our moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. He's away. We shall chide down right if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury. My gentle Puck, come hither. Thou rememberest since once I sat upon a promontory and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such sweet and dulcet harmonious breath, the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music.
I remember.
At that very time I saw, but thou couldst not, flying between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed. A certain aim he took at a fair vestal throned by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see Cupid's fiery shaft quenched in the chaste beams of the watery moon, and the imperial votress pass it on in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet marked I where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower, before milk white, now purple with love's wound, and maidens call it love in idleness. Fetch me that flower. The herb I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid will make or man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me this herb, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle round the earth in 40 minutes.
Having once this juice, I'll watch Titania when she is asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. The next thing then she, waking, looks upon, be it on lion, bear, or wolf, or bull, on meddling monkey, or on busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm from off her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I am invisible, and I will overhear their conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander, fair Hermia? The one I'll stay, the other stayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and here am I, wood within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not, in plainest truth, tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more.
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not. To trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wildest hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the woods.
Aye. In the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and were not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where ox lips and the nodding violet grows, quite over-canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers with dances and delights. And there the snake throws her enameled skin weed wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this, I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the garments he hath on. Effect it with some care, that he may prove more fond on her than she upon her love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come now around on the fairy song. Then, for the third part of a minute, hence. Some to kill cankers and the musk rose buds, some war with rear mice for their leathern wings to make my small elves coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoots and wanders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now asleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake, be it ounce or cat or bear, pard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest, it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak troth, I have forgot our way. We'll rest thus, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, one troth.
Nay, good Lysander. For my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Oh, do not lie so near.
Oh, take this sense, sweet of my innocence. Love takes the meaning in love's conference. I mean, that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath. So then two bosoms and a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny. For lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy, lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as may well be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor and a maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love ne'er alter till thy sweet life's end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then end life when I end loyalty. Here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
With half that wish, the wisher's eyes be pressed.
Through the forest have I gone, but mortal found I none on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. One night in silence, who is here? Weeds of the city he doth wear. This is he my master said despiseth beautiful maid. And here the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul. She durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thine eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid slip his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Oh, wilt thou, darkling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril, I alone will go.
Oh, I am out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia, wheresoe'er she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. Oh. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, if so, my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I am as ugly as a bear. Oh, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel, though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eyne? But who is here? Lysander? On the ground? Dead? Or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows art that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where's Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What though he love your Hermia? Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content? With Hermia? No, I do repent the tedious minutes I with her have spent. Not Hermia, but Helena I love. Who will not change a raven for a dove? The will of man is by his reason swayed, and reason says that you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young till now, ripe not to reason, and touching now the point of human skill, reason becomes the marshal to my will and leads me to your eyes, where I o'erlook love's stories written in love's richest book.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is't not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius's eye, but you must flout my insufficiency? Good troth, you do me wrong, good sooth you do, in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare you well. Perforce I must confess, I thought you, Lord, of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused?
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayest thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave are hated most of those they did deceive, so thou my surfeit and my heresy of all be hated, but the most of me, and all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander. Help me. Oh, do thy best. Oh, look, this crawling serpent from my breast. Ay! Oh, me. Oh, for pity. Oh, what a dream was here. Oh, Lysander, look how I quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat there smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander? Lord? What, out of hearing? Gone. No sound? No word? Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. Oh, I almost swoon with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh, either dead or you I will find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat, pat. Whew. And here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage, this hawthorn brake our tiring house, and we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Peter Quince.
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
There are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw his sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
By our Lakin, a perilous fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a whit. I have a device to make all things well. Write me a prologue, and let that prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. And for the more better assurance, tell them that I, Pyramus, am not Pyramus, but Bottom the Weaver. That will put them out of fear.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it shall be written in 8 and 6.
No, make it 2 more. Let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeared of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wildfowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name your name, and half of your face must be seen through the lion's neck, and you yourself must speak through saying thus, or to some defect, ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, I would request you, or I would entreat you to not fear, not tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were a pity of my life. No, I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are. And there indeed let him name his name, and tell them plainly that he is Snout the Tinker.
Well, it shall be so. But there is 2 hard things. That is, to bring moonlight into a chamber. For you know Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play our play?
A calendar! A calendar! Look in the almanac. Find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
Yes, it does shine that night.
Why then, may you leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye, or else one must come in with a bush of thorns and a lantern and say he comes to disfigure or to present the person of moonshine. Then there's another thing. We must have a wall in the great chamber, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, did talk through a chink of a wall.
You could never bring in a wall, though. What say you, Bottom?
Some man or other must present wall. And let him have some plaster, or some loam, or some rough cast about him, to signify wall. Or let him hold his fingers thus, and through that cranny shall Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
If that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your parts. Pyramus, you begin. When you've spoken your speech, enter into that break, and so everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of the fairy queen. What? Will play toward? I'll be an auditor, an actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Speak, Pyramus. Thisbe, stand forth.
Thisbe, the flowers of odious savors sweet.
Odors, odors.
Odors, savors sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark, a voice. Stay thou but here a while, and by I will thee appear.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Aye, marry, must you. For you must understand he goes but to see a noise that he heard and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose on triumphant briar, as true as truest horse that yet would never tire. I'll meet thee, Pyramus, at Ninny's tomb.
Ninny's tomb, man? Why, you must not speak that yet. That you answer to Pyramus. You speak all your part at once, cues and all. Oh. Pyramus, enter. Your cue is past. It is never tire.
If I were fair, fair Thisbe, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! We're haunted! Pray, masters, fly, masters, help!
I'll follow you. I'll lead you about around, through bog, through bush, through brake, through briar. Sometimes a horse I'll be, sometimes a hound, a hog, a headless bear, sometimes a fire, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and burn, like horse, hound, hog, bear, fire, at every turn.
Oh, why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, Bottom, thou art changing. What do I see on thee?
What do I see? You see an ass head of your own, do you? Oh.
Bless thee, Bottom, bless thee! Thou art translated!
Oh, I see their knavery. This is to make an ass of me, to fright me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here and I will sing. that they shall hear, I am not afraid. The ouzel cock so black of hue, with orange tawny bill, the thrustle with his note so true, the wren with little quill.
Oh, what angel wakes me from my flowery bed?
The finch, the sparrow, and the lark, the plain-sung cuckoo gray, whose notes full many a man doth mark, and dares not answer. Oh, for indeed, who would set his wit to so foolish a bird? Who would give a bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo never so? Oh.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note. So is mine eye enthralled of thy shape, and thy fair force doth force me on the first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Oh, methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, to say the truth, reason and love keep little company together nowadays. Oh, the more the pity that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Not so neither. But if I had wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here, whether thou wilt or no. I am a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while thou on pressed flowers dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peas blossom, cobweb, moat, mustard seed.
Ready. And I.
And I.
And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks and gambol in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humblebees, and for night tapers, crop their waxen thighs and light them at the fiery glowworm's eyes to have my love to bed and to arise. And pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal! Hail!
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 Oh, I cry your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Cobweb. If I cut my finger, I shall make bold with you. Oh, your name, honest gentleman.
Peas blossom.
Oh, I pray you, commend me to Mistress Squash, your mother, and to Master Peascod, your father. Oh, good Master Peas Blossom, I shall desire you of more acquaintance too. Oh, your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard seed.
Oh, Good Master Mustard Seed, I know your patience well. That same cowardly, giant-like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with the watery eye, and when she weeps, weeps every little flower, lamenting some enforced chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awaked, then what it was that next came in her eye, which she must dote on in extremity. Ah, here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What night rule now about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a monster is in love! Near to her close and consecrated bower, While she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that work for bread upon city stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus's nuptial day. The shallowest, thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered in a break, when I did him at this advantage take. An ass's nole, I fix it on his head. When in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
Oh, this falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet latched the mortal's eyes with the love juice, as I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the mortal woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand thee close. This is the same man.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, has given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, being o'er shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierce through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What is this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out! Cur, thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him?
You spend your passion on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead, for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee then, tell me that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so, see me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. Here, therefore, a while I will remain. Oh, so sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow. For debt that bankrupt sleep doth owe, which now in some small measure it will pay, if for tender here I make some stay.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love's sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue some true love turned, and not a false turned true.
Then fate o'errules that one man holding troth, a million fail confounding oath on oath.
About the wood, go, swifter than the wind, and Helena of the city look thou find. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that costs the fresh blood dear. By some illusion see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes against she do appear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than arrow from the Tartar's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink in apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me. pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Shh. Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to wake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. And those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I should woo and scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow, I weep, and vows so born in their nativity, all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh, devilish holy fray! These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me, put in two scales, will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, now you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Oh, Helen. Goddess. Nymph. Perfect. Divine. To what, my love, shall I compare thine eye? Crystal is muddy. Oh, how ripe in show thy lips, two kissing cherries tempting grow.
Oh, spite. Oh, hell! I see you are all bent to set against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love, and will do till my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, I will none. There I loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest-wise sojourn, and now to Helen is it home returned, there to remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Disparage not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou will buy it dear. Look, thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night, that from the eye his function takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Wherein it doth impair the seeing sense, it pays the hearing double recompense. So thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. Oh, but why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
Oh, what love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him bide, fair Helena, who more engills the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
Oh, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired, have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel that we two have shared, the sisters' vows, the hours that we have spent when we have chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, oh, is all forgot?
I am amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not set Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and made your other love, Demetrius, who even but now did spurn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious and celestial? Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul, and tender me, forsooth, affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What? Though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persever, counterfeit, sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport, well carried, shall be chronicled. If you have any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse, my love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
Sweet, do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose for thee to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Oh, quick, come.
Lysander, whereto tends all this?
Away!
No, he'll seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat, thou burr. Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Thy love? Out, tawny Tartar! Out! Out, loathed medicine! Oh, hated potion! Hence!
Do you not jest?
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
Ah, I would I had your bond. For I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll trust not your word.
What? Should I hurt her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, me. What news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then, you left me! Oh, the gods forbid! In earnest shall I say?
Aye, by my life, and never did desire to see thee more. Therefore, be out of hope, of question, of doubt. Be certain, nothing truer, 'tis no jest, that I do hate thee and love Helena.
Oh, me. You juggler. You canker blossom. You thief of love. What? Have you come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine, if faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What, will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie! Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive she had made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem because I am so dwarfish and so low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes.
I pray you, though you mock me, gentlemen, let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no gift at all in shrewishness. I am a right maid for my cowardice. Let her not strike me. You perhaps may think because she is something lower than myself that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again.
Good Hermia, do not be so bitter with me. I evermore did love you, Hermia, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you, save that in love until Demetrius. I told him of your stealth into this wood. He followed you for love, I followed him. But he hath chid me hence and threatened me to strike me, spurn me, nay, to kill me too. And now, so you will let me quiet go? To the city will I bear my folly back and follow you no further. Let me go. You see how simple and how fond I am.
Why, get you gone. Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What, with Lysander?
With Demetrius.
Be not afraid. She shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she is angry, she is keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Little? Again? Nothing but low and little. Why will you suffer her to flog me thus? Let me come to her.
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindring not grass made! You bead! You acorn!
You are too officious in her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone. Speak not to Helena. Take not her part. For if thou dost intend never so little show of love to her, thou shalt abide it.
Now she holds me not. Now, follow, if thou darest to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee, cheek by jowl.
You mistress, all this coil is long of you. Oh, nay, go not back.
I will not trust you, nor longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands than mine are quicker for fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed, and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou mistakest, or else committ'st thy knaveries willfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did you not tell me I should know the man by the ermine garments he had on? And so far, blameless proves my enterprise, that I have anointed a mortal's eyes, and so far, am I glad it did so sort, as this their jangling, I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight. High, therefore, Robin, overcast the night. The starry welkin cover thou anon with drooping black black as Acheron, and lead these testy rivals so astray as one come not within another's way. Like to Lysander, sometime frame thy tongue, then stir Demetrius up with bitter wrong. And sometime rail thou like Demetrius, and from each other look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb within Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error with his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next wake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision. And back to the city shall the lovers wend, with league whose date till death shall never end. Whiles I in this affair do thee employ, I'll to my queen and beg her Indian boy. And then I will her charmed eye release from monsters' view, and all things shall be peace.
Oh, my fairy lord, this must be done with haste, for night's swift dragons cut the clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger, at whose approach ghosts wandering here and there troop home to churchyards.
Ah, but we are spirits of another sort. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, and like a forester the groves may tread, even till the eastern gate, all fiery red, opening on Neptune with fair blessed beams, turn into yellow gold his salt green streams. But notwithstanding, haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down, for I am feared in field and town. Goblin, lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Speak thou now.
Here, villain, drawn and ready. Where art thou?
I will be with thee straight.
Follow me then, to plainer ground. Lysander, speak again. Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak! In some bush? Where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou lookest for wars, and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come, thou child, I'll whip thee with a rod. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Follow my voice. We'll try no manhood here. He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. I followed fast, but faster he did fly, that fallen am I in a dark, uneven way. And here will rest me. Come, thou gentle day, for if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite. Ho, ho, ho! Coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for will I want thou runst before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand nor look me in the face. Where art thou now?
Come hither. I am here.
Nay, then, thou mock'st me. Thou shalt buy this dear if ever thy face by daylight see. Now go thy way. Faintness constraineth me. To measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach, look to be visible.
Oh, weary night, oh, long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to the city by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me a while from mine own company.
Yet but 3, come one more. 2 of both kinds makes up 4. Oh, here she comes. Kirsten said, Cupid is a knavish lad, thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Ugh, bedabbled with dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here will I rest me till the break of day. Heavens, shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye, gentle lover, remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye, and the country proverb known that every man should take his own in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well.
Come, sit thee down upon this flowery bed, while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair, large ears. Oh, my gentle joy.
Where's Peas Blossom?
Ready?
Scratch my head, Peas Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready?
Monsieur Cobweb, good monsieur, get your weapons in your hand and kill me a red hip humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. Oh, do not fret yourself too much in the action, monsieur. And good monsieur, have a care the honey bag break not. I would be loath to have you overflown with a honey bag, signor. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready!
Oh, give me your knife, Monsieur Mustard Seed. Pray you, leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing good, monsieur, but to help cavalry cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am marvels hairy about the face. And I am such a tender ass. If my hair do but tickle me, I must scratch.
What, wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Oh, I have a reasonable good ear in music. Let's have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good dry oats. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay, hath no fellow.
Have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
Oh, I had rather have a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you, let none of your people stir me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Oh, sleep, thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? Huh. Her dotage now I do begin to pity. For meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking the sweet favors for this hateful fool, I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. And that same dew which sometimes on the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty Floriet's eyes, like tears that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. And, gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this urban swain, that he, awaking when the other do, may all to the city back again repair, and think no more of this night's accidents, but as the fierce vexation of a dream. But first I will release the fairy queen. Be as thou wast wont to be. See as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower hath such force and blessed power. Now, my Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ass.
Oh, there lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how mine eyes do loathe his visage now.
Silence a while. Robin, take off his head. Titania, music call, and strike more dead than common sleep of all these five the sense.
Music. Oh, music such as charmeth sleep.
Now, when thou wakest, with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Sound, music. Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow midnight solemnly dance in Duke Theseus's house triumphantly, and bless it to all fairy prosperity. There shall the pair of faithful lovers be wedded, with Theseus all in jollity.
Fairy king, attend and mark. I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silent sad trip we after night's shade, we the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
My lord, this is my daughter here asleep. And this Lysander, this Demetrius is, this Helena, old Nadar's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rite of May, and hearing our intent, came here in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is not this the day that Hermia should give answer for her choice?
It is, my lord.
Go, bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these wood birds to couple now.
Pardon, my lord.
I pray you all stand up. So you two are rival enemies. How comes this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy, to sleep by hate and fear no enmity?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as yet, I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly would I speak, and now I do bethink me, so it is. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from the city where we might without the peril of the law.
Enough, enough! My lord, you have enough! I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. Of my consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, fair Helen told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I, in fury, hither followed them. Fair Helena, in fancy, following me. But, my good lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is, my love to Hermia melted as the snow. Seems to me now as the remembrance of an idle god, which in my childhood I did dote upon. And all the faith, the virtue of my heart, the object and the pleasure of mine eye, is only to Helena. To her, my lord, was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia. But like a sickness did I loathe this food. But as in health now come to my natural taste, now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we more will hear anon. Aegeus, I will overbear your will. The temple, by and by, with us, these couples shall eternally be knit. And, for the morning now is something worn, our purposed hunting shall be set aside. Away with us to the city, 3 and 3. We'll hold a feast, great solemnity.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far-off mountains turn it into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eyes when everything seems double.
So methinks. And I have found Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Are you sure that we are awake? It seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do you not think the Duke was here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And he did bid us follow to the temple.
Well, then we are awake. Let's follow him. And by the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me. I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. Hi-ho. Peter Quince. Flew the bellows mender. Snout the tinker. Starveling. God's my life. Stolen hints and left me asleep. And I have had a most rare vision. I have had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he go about to expound this dream. Methought I was... there is no man can tell what. Methought I was... And methought I had... But man is but a patched fool if he will offer to say what methought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a ballad of this dream. Oh, and it shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom. And I will sing it in the latter end of the play, before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death. Oh.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt he is transported.
But if he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, doth it?
It is not possible. You have not a man in all the city able to discharge Pyramus but he.
No, he hath simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in the city.
Yea, and the best person too. And he is a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there is 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we had been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus hath he lost 6 pence a day during his life. He could not have escaped 6 pence a day. And the Duke not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus, I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing.
Where are these lads? Where are their hearts?
Bottom, oh most courageous day, oh most happy hour.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not for what, for if I tell you, I am not a true man. No, I will tell you everything right as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet Bottom.
Not a word of me. All that I will tell you is that the Duke hath dined. Get your apparel together, good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Meet presently at the palace. Every man look o'er his part, for the short and the long is, our play is preferred. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let not him that plays the lion pare his nails, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath, and I do not doubt but to hear them say it is a sweet comedy. Oh, no more words. Away. Go away.
"'Tis strange, my Theseus, that these lovers speak of."
More strange than true. I never may believe these antique fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends. The lunatic, the lover, and the poet are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than vast hell can hold, that is the madman. The lover, all as frantic, sees Helen's beauty in a brow of Egypt. The poet's eye, in a fine frenzy rolling, doth glance from heaven to earth, from earth to heaven. And as imagination bodies forth the forms of things unknown, the poet's pen turns them to shapes and gives to airy nothing a local habitation and a name. Such tricks hath strong imagination, that if it would but apprehend some joy, it comprehends some bringer of that joy. Or in the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, more witnesseth than fancy's images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More to us, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
Come now, what masks, what dances shall we have to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after supper and bedtime? Where is our usual manager of mirth? What revels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call, Philostrate!
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment have you for this evening? What mask? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
Well, there is a brief of how many sports are ripe. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe. Very tragical mirth. Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and wondrous strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play. But by 10 words, my lord, it is too long, which makes it tedious. For in all the play there is not one word apt, one player fitted. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsal, I must confess, made mine eyes water, but more merry tears the passion of loud laughter never shed.
What are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men that work in the city here, which never labored in their minds till now, and now have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No, my noble lord, it is not for you. I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport in their intents, extremely stretched and conned with cruel pain to do you service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when simpleness and duty tender it. Go, bring them in, and take your places, ladies.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged and duty and his service perishing.
Why, gentle sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says they can do nothing in this kind.
The kinder we to give them thanks for nothing.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our good will, that you should think we come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then, we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to content you, our true intent is. All for your delight, we are not here. That you should here repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all that you are like to know.
This fellow doth not stand upon points.
He hath read his prologue like a rough colt. He knows not to stop. A good moral, my lord. It is not enough to speak, but to speak true.
Indeed, he hath played on his prologue like a child on a recorder a sound, but not in government.
His speech was like a tangled chain, nothing impaired, but all disordered. Who is next?
Gentles, perchance you wonder at this show. But wonder on, till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady Thisbe is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present wall. That vile wall which did these lovers sunder. And through wall's chink, poor souls, they are content to whisper, at the which let no man wonder. This man, with lantern dog and bush of thorn, presenteth moonshine. For, if you will know, by moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninnis' tomb, there to woo. This grisly beast, which lion hight by name, the trusty Thisbe coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, which lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. whereat with bloody, blameful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain at large discourse, while here they do remain.
I wonder if the lion be to speak?
Oh, no wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall. And such a wall as I would have you think that had in it a crannied hole or chink, through which the lovers, Pyramus and Thisbe, did whisper often very secretly. This loam, this rough cast, this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would you desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition I ever heard discourse, my lord.
Shh. Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
O grim-looked night! O night with a hue so black! O night, whichever art when day is not! O night! O night! Alack! 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 Oh, I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot. And thou, O wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, that standest between her father's ground and mine, thou wall, O sweet, O lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Thanks, courteous wall, Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see, O wicked wall, through whom I see no bliss. Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
The wall, methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, he should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter now, and I am to spy her through the wall. You shall see it will fall pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Full often hast thou heard my moans for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with lime and hair knit up in thee.
Oh, I see a voice. Now I will to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe?
My love? Thou art my love, I think.
Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander, am I trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shuffleless to Procrus was so true.
As Shuffleless to Procrus, I to you.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Ninny's tomb meet me straight away?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, wall, my part discharged so, and being done thus, wall away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors?
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff that ever I heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amend them.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they of themselves, they may pass for excellent men. It is well. Leave it to his discretion, and let us listen to the moon.
This lantern doth the horned moon present.
He should have worn the horns on his head.
He's no crescent, and his horns are invisible within the circumference.
This lantern doth the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon, do seems to be.
This is the greatest error of all the rest. The man should be put into the lantern. How else is it the man is the moon?
He dares not come there for the candle, for you see it is already in snuff.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change.
It appears by his small light of discretion that he is in the wane. But yet, in courtesy, in all reason, we must stay the time.
Proceed, moon.
All that I have to tell you is that this lantern is the moon, I the man in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Why, all these should be in the lantern, for all these are in the moon. But silence, here comes Thisbe.
This is old Minnie's tomb, but where is my love?
Oh.
Ah!
Well roared, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused, lion.
And then came Pyramus.
And so the lion vanished.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright, for thy gracious golden glittering gleams. I trust to take of Thisbe's truest sight. But stay, O spite, but mark, O night, what dreadful dole is here. Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear, thy mantle good, what stained with blood? Oh, approach ye furies fell. Oh, fates, come, come, cut thread and thrum, quell, crush, conclude and quell.
This passion and the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
True, my heart, but I pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lion vow hath here deflowered my dear, which is, no, which was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears confound. Out, sword and out, sword and this pap of Pyramus, I, that left pap, where heart doth hop. Thus, oh, die I, thus, now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die! 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 Die!
No die, but an ace for him, for he is but one.
Less than an ace, man, for he is dead. He is nothing.
Well, with the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance Moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She will find him by starlight. Ah, here she comes, and her passion ends the play.
Oh. Methinks she should not use a long one for such a Pyramus. I hope she will be brief.
A moat will turn the balance, which Pyramus, which Thisbe is the better. He for a man, God warrant us. She for a woman, God bless us.
Shh! She had spied him already with those sweet eyes.
And thus she means, videlicet.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead, my dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak, speak, quite dumb. Dead? Dead? A tomb must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone, are gone. Lovers, make moan. His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come, come to me with hands as pale as milk. Lay them in gore, since you have shore with shears his thread of silk. Tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast imbrue. And farewell, friends. Thus this be ends. Adieu, adieu, adieu.
Moonshine and Lion are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and Wall too.
No, no, I assure you, the wall is down that parted their fathers. Will it please you to see the epilogue, or to hear a burger mask dance between two of our company?
No. No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. For when the players are all dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if he that writ it had played Pyramus and hanged himself in Thisbe's garter, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly, and very notably discharged. But come, your Bergamask, let your epilogue alone. The iron tongue of midnight hath told 12. Lovers to bed. 'Tis almost fairy time. I fear we shall outsleep the coming morn as much as we this night have overwatched. This palpable gross play hath well beguiled the heavy gate of night. Sweet friends, to bed. A fortnight hold we this solemnity in nightly revels and new jollity.
If we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend, and, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long. Else the puck, a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands, if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.